sound good.
Sure.
Yeah. Today we're in eastern Arizona in Petrified Forest National Park, which is a cool place because of all this stuff. Petrified wood. This is petrified wood. Basically, it's a fossil of a tree that lived over 200 million years ago. If you look closely, you can see fossilized growth rings, and every once in a while, you can find some pretty excellently preserved bark patterns. If you like to find petrified wood, you have to come to eastern Arizona, because here it's all over the place. It's everywhere. There's more petrified wood in this park than in any other place in the whole entire world. Basically, it's littered with these awesome tree fossils that are over 200 million years old, so they're from a heck of a long time ago. But basically, this place is one big barren desert. So why are there so many tree fossils here? Good question. Let's break it down with some help from Curb and her paper cutouts. Alright, so 225 million years ago when dinosaurs were hanging out on Earth, all of Earth's land masses were in one giant clump called Pangea, and Arizona was located around here on its western edge near the equator, nowhere near where it is now. Back then, Arizona didn't look like this. It was a tropical paradise. Hard to believe, but yeah. There were rivers and streams and all sorts of animals and plants everywhere, including trees that were almost 200 feet tall. Those 200-foot tall trees lived near rivers. When they died, more often than not, they would fall into the water. This would happen to a lot of trees, which would form log jams like this one. Right here, this is where a huge log jam happened. All these logs were buried and a mass petrification event occurred. Mass petrification, pretty neat, right? Well, here's how it happened. There were a bunch of volcanoes hanging out to the west and south of here that kept spewing out ash. As the volcanic ash flew into the air, it was caught by the wind, which would spread it out all over the place, and sometimes the ash would land in rivers and streams. Volcanic ash is made up of a bunch of stuff, but mostly silica. Silica dissolves in water, so back in the day, it found its way into the rivers and eventually into the sunken logs. In the logs, the silica recrystallized, forming quartz crystals, which filled every open area of the sunken trees until eventually they were pure stone. Okay, so you got a log, you got a stream, you add some volcanoes, a bit of ash, mix it all together, wait a couple million years, and boom, petrified wood. Simple as that. The coolest thing about petrified logs are probably their amazing colors, which are made by traces of minerals like iron and manganese. There's milky clear quartz, purple amethyst, and yellow citrin. Carbon also turns things a little black, and chromium makes them look kind of greenish. All of these come together to create some really spectacular looking fossils. Alright, so back to Kirby's art. Millions of years go by, unfortunately the dinosaurs don't make it, and Pangea breaks up. Over time, all those streams and rivers disappeared, giving us the lush, radiant, bone-dry landscape of present-day eastern Arizona. So these logs are fossilized records of trees that lived over 200 million years ago. Most are a species called Arcarioxylon arizonicum, or something like that. But the cool thing is that every single species of tree they found fossilized in this park doesn't exist anymore. They're all extinct. The National Park Service protects only about 1/5 of the petrified wood in this park, and they sell the rest. On top of that, people keep jacking this stuff as souvenirs, and I don't blame them because, I mean, it's everywhere. But that's turning into a problem. The park is losing petrified wood very quickly. How quickly? Very quickly. In one survey that examined just how fast people were pulling the old Sticky Fingers McGee at this park, most test sites were decimated within a week. It took 1 week for people to steal all the rocks at these locations. Which is kind of ridiculous. I mean, think about what you're doing, guys. You're stealing from a national park. These are like the last pure places on Earth. How about you exercise a little restraint and stop stealing from the National Park Service? I believe in you. The neat thing is, you can find petrified wood pretty much anywhere, in every state in the United States and in some other countries too. So you might even be able to find some in your own backyard. A nice piece of tree history from over 200 million years ago, and that's pretty cool. Hey, thanks so much for watching this video. Click here to subscribe and here to check out our Patreon page. If you'd like to check out some more nature boom time, click over here. And click over here for some other videos we post on this channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.